Hey, it's Jordan here from Smartphone. As you can probably guess from this absolutely dreadful backdrop, I'm traveling again. But I want to dive into something that has bugged me a lot over the years. It bugged me so much I put it in my new book, Click, Call, Scale, which is launching very soon. And that is phone number management. And in more specifically, how companies view the phone numbers that they purchase and how they need to treat different phone numbers for different jobs. Now, one thing I have noticed over the years is just how many investors I speak to who don't really think about their numbers as strategic assets of their business, but they really are. And because they're strategic assets of your business, you really do need to think about what they're being used for, how you're managing the reputation, and of course, how are you getting maximum value from each number that you own? Now, broadly speaking, I usually teach people that there are three types of phone numbers you should be thinking about as a real estate investor. Number one, they're your inbound tracking numbers. These are numbers that you purchase, ideally one per different inbound tracking channel. Sometimes even if you're A/B testing, one for one round, one for the other, see which ones work best. Inbound tracking numbers work really well for that. But inbound tracking numbers, you really need to make sure that these stay very clean so that when people call, because they've seen an ad, they've got a leaflet, whatever it is, when you call back, that number appears as clean as it can be. So you want to make sure you're guarding them, you're not making a lot of high volume calls on them at all, and that you are registering them properly and kind of warming them up very properly. The second type of numbers are your high volume numbers. These are when you're doing a lot of high volume dialing to follow up or to track down new leads. You're doing a lot of follow-up text messaging. You've got cadence that are going. High volume numbers are great. They're a great resource, but they tend to be burned occasionally, right? Now, of course, in other videos and in the book, I recommend ways of warming up numbers so you get the best chance of keeping a high volume number as safe as it can be. But high volume numbers really are about that volume. And you're going to know that if you're dialing in a couple area codes, you're going to need multiple numbers in each one because you're going to be putting a lot of traffic through these numbers. And chances are you're going to have to rest or burn them. And you want to keep those numbers specifically for that. And then the final type of number that I think you should always have are the relationship ones. And those are phone numbers that you probably give each agent their own specific number. It's the number I use kind of like my own personal cell. It's the number I give out to the leads that I'm really developing a relationship with once I've passed the qualification stage. And those are my agent's personal numbers. They're the numbers that we build relationships for. And we do not want to be doing large volume calling on that. We do not want to be mixing them up with our inbound tracking numbers. Seeing the phone numbers in your investment business as a strategic asset and understanding that you shouldn't be using a hammer when a scalpel is required. You should be using the right numbers for the right reasons. It goes a long way to making sure that your calls get through and that you have the best tracking and relationship building you can do. Now, there's a lot more tips and tricks like this coming up in Click, Call, Scale. It's going to be launching very soon, and as soon as it does, I'm going to give everyone a chance to win a free copy. Happy phoning and happy number segmentation.